Hey everyone! Have you ever found yourself stuck in a really tough spot? Maybe you lost your wallet, or your plans got totally derailed, and you just wanted to throw in the towel. It happens to all of us, right? Well, imagine being thousands of miles away from home, with no money or anything at all. Most people would probably feel overwhelmed, maybe even defeated. But here's the twist. For a guy named Zeno of Cyprus, this kind of rough patch kicked off something pretty amazing. The birth of Stoicism, a philosophy that's been inspiring people for over 2,000 years. Let's dive into this fascinating way of thinking. That's way more than just being calm. Picture this. Around 3 centuries before the Common Era, Zeno was on a boat from Phoenicia to Athens when it sank. He lost everything, his money, his belongings, all gone. Instead of freaking out, Zeno ended up wandering into a bookstore. Yeah, sounds a bit like a modern-day plot twist, right? There, he got hooked on reading about Socrates and other philosophers, and from those curious beginnings, Stoicism started to take shape. Now you might hear the word Stoic and think of someone who never shows emotions, always poker-faced, never losing their cool. That's partly true, but Stoicism is actually way deeper than just holding back tears or staying calm. It's about understanding that the universe operates like this huge logical system, a kind of grand design that the Stoics called logos. Here's the cool part. They believed, while we can't control everything that happens around us, we totally control how we respond. And that makes a huge difference. Instead of dreaming about a perfect world, Stoics focused on dealing with the real world as it is, and at the same time constantly working to improve themselves. So what does that self-improvement look like? It revolves around 4 main virtues. First, practical wisdom, which means using your common sense and reason to make good choices, especially when things get complicated. Then, temperance, basically, not going overboard, practicing moderation in everything from eating to emotions. Next, justice, treating people fairly, even if they might have wronged you. Imagine forgiving someone who cut you off in traffic. Tough, right? And finally, courage. Not just the Hollywood kind with battles and dragons, but the everyday kind. Like getting up, facing challenges, and sticking to your values, even when it's hard. One Roman Stoic named Seneca said something really powerful. Sometimes just living itself takes courage. Think about that for a second. Life throws all sorts of curveballs, and just staying in the game is an act of bravery every day. But here's something many miss. Stoicism isn't about shutting down emotions or being selfish. Back when Rome treated slaves like property, Seneca actually spoke up for their humane treatment, emphasizing that everyone shares the same humanity under the surface. So, Stoicism can be deeply compassionate. It's also an active philosophy. People who develop these virtues become the ones who can make a positive impact on the world around them. It's like a ripple effect. Improve yourself, and you're better equipped to help others. Ever heard of Marcus Aurelius? He was a Roman emperor, a big-deal leader who faced wars and the personal pain of losing his children. Guess what? His Stoic mindset helped him lead with strength and kindness. And centuries later, his private journals inspired Nelson Mandela, who spent nearly 3 decades in prison fighting against apartheid in South Africa. Mandela took from Stoicism the idea of facing reality with courage and seeking peace and reconciliation, even after great injustice. Stoicism thrived in ancient Greece and Rome, but didn't just disappear. Its influence sneaks into surprising places, like Christian thought through Thomas Aquinas, and even Buddhist ideas on mental tranquility. Actually, the Stoic idea of ataraxia, or a peaceful mind, sounds a lot like the Buddhist concept of nirvana. There's also a practical modern twist. The ancient philosopher Epictetus explained that suffering isn't about what happens to us. It's about how we think about those events. This is huge because it suggests that changing our perspective can change how we feel. This has strong echoes in today's psychology and therapies that help people handle tough emotions and life challenges. Take Viktor Frankl, for example, a psychiatrist and concentration camp survivor who created logotherapy. It's based on the Stoic belief that even in the darkest moments, we can find meaning and purpose by exercising our willpower. So, what can we learn from all this to live better today? Let me ask you, next time life throws you a curveball, how will you respond? Will you get overwhelmed or find strength in your attitude? Stoicism invites us to pay attention, like really tune in, to what we can control and let go of what we can't. That means focusing on your thoughts, your actions, your character. It's about practicing gratitude, patience, and resilience. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. A classic test of patience. Instead of getting angry, what if you thought, okay, this is out of my control. How can I make the best of it? Maybe listen to a great podcast, practice deep breaths, or just enjoy the silence. Sounds simple, right? But this little shift can rewrite your whole day. Here's a tip from the Stoics. Journaling. Every evening, jot down how you handled the day. Did you stay true to those 4 virtues? Reflecting helps you get better with practice, just like training a muscle. By adopting Stoicism, you're not shutting down emotions, but learning how to manage them like a pro. It's about recognizing feelings, then choosing reason and calm to respond. All right, I gotta ask you, have you tried anything like this? Maybe a moment when you stayed calm instead of flipping out? Or a challenge that made you grow? Share it in the comments because hearing real stories helps everyone. If this way of thinking sounds like something you want to explore more, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on videos like this. Let's keep learning together how to live stronger, happier lives no matter what life throws at us. Thanks for sticking with me through this journey into Stoicism. Remember, life's not about avoiding the storms. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. So, next time life tests you, channel some Zeno or Marcus Aurelius energy. Face it with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. And watch how your world changes. Catch you in the next one.